I did not expect to be as happy as I am right now, to be back.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I think it shows. The farming is like going back to school. I hate the bugs. I get constantly chewed up. It's a really, really hard work. You learn why good salad is more expensive than a burger. And the weather is absolutely not helping. It's been a terrible year. Right now, we are slightly desperate because there's no olives.
Yeah.
Whatever there is wrinkly on pits, and the trees are not producing. It's been a terrible season. So one of the things that I always dreamed was to kind of like bring some technology in the farming industry here to kind of like protect from environment and figure out what the future of a farm could be in a place like Tuscany. But for the most part, I'm just happy to be living the dream with her and my kids and the dog, who's finally living like a dog, running in the fields and laying in the sun. And
Yeah, we have a huge dog. He weighs like 60 kilos, and living in Brooklyn, he couldn't, move around. He started having leg problems. He had surgery. He got here. We got him here. He made the trip, and now he's like buff. He's Tuscan.
Yeah.
He's running around. He's living his best life. So I'm really happy about that.
yeah, new lease on life.
You're all having the time of your life, but you made this transition during the pandemic, right? To come
Yeah.
back. How was that? How was shifting your life back to Tuscany in the middle of this chaos?
Well, just to give you a little backstory, when I married him, I said to his
A little
mother.
backstory, 20 years backwards.
No, but
Let's start.
I said to his mother, I promise you I'll bring him home someday. And our original dream was to live here like 20 years ago. Like I fell in love with the Italian guy. I was living in Los Angeles. I was here on vacation and we met and it was like sparks and I was like, oh my God, I love you. And then he moved to America. And so we were talking about it forever, and the transition, we had to get out of LA first. We went from LA to New York, because I wanted to raise our children in New York City, because I felt like I wanted them to have eyes in the back of their head and have balls. Because I feel like, like when you're a New Yorker, you really can like be anywhere in the world and know what's up. It kind of backfired on me, because now my daughters think
They
that
turn into like
living in Fiesole, they're provincial, which my daughter's like, no, I'm not a country girl, and I'm not feeling these bugs. And but the one daughter is now like loving it. She's more like rustic and Tuscan, like my husband. For me, like, I was always afraid to live here because it's kind of like Green Acres in a way. Like I'm a city girl, and but there's such beauty. I've always been drawn to Italy, and living the journey with Gabriele, we're in love still. Thank God.
It helps.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a good sign.
Yeah. So, just coming back here was a leap of faith, because this is his world, this is his land. It doesn't work out so well for the wife in paperwork. Like if we would break up, like I would get nothing. I wouldn't get the house, so like for me to like move my entire life, which was big, we had 2 40-foot containers, right? Containers?
800 boxes.
Yeah, like on a boat. And
Where
art and
where
junk.
one couch is considered a box, so 800 pieces. It was insane.
Yeah.
And we moved into a full house because my father passed 3 years ago and my mother didn't clean the house. She lived, she offered the house saying, look, it's too big for me. If you really are thinking of coming back, why keep on figuring things out? Come here, get this house, start covering all expenses because I cannot take it anymore, become my gardener. I'm like, all right, we'll do it. I opened the closet, we're still my father's ties. And we got these 2 40-feet containers coming in. They were
the emotion of the situation.
Yeah, he passed away. He died on my birthday driving his Ducati up towards Mugello. He did the same motorcycle
Sunday
ride every Sunday. We think he had a heart attack, possibly, because, better than like getting into an accident. He died doing what he loves.
What he loves.
It's a Fiat. It doesn't make any noise. And I'm by myself. I'm finally like driving myself around Tuscany. I'm getting lost.
So now she's driving.
In
The next thing
streets.
is bureaucratic phone calls. So now one step is done, now she's independent. The next thing is that she needs to start getting on the phone and make all the phone calls in Italian.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't
Yeah,
taken the
that
driving
hasn't been done
class yet, and I'm going to start school pretty soon. I have to start my Italian. It's
I was
like,
going to say, how is your Italian?
it's not great.
Good, no?
I mean, I've been studying since before I met him.
Your food Italian must be great.
It's
I mean,
great.
like, you know,
I have a Tuscan accent apparently. But I speak Spanish too, so I'm speaking Spanish, Spanglish, Italian, and Spanish mixed.
Very New York. Like as long as she moves the hand, she gets
No,
understood.
but
like,
I manage, but I'm embarrassed because I have children and I need to speak Italian and I have to go to all these bureaucratic offices for the Codice di Fiscale and the Residencia and all the health crap and stuff. Like I had to go to these offices and I want to explain myself, and they get mad at you if you don't speak proper. And so yeah.
there's someone
Leaving New York was really hard. It was very emotional for me because, and then I got here and like, look where we are. Like, I mean, like, you know, I just look up every day and I go, oh my God, I'm living a dream. I mean, I'm not working, but who cares?
you are working, right? I mean,
I mean, I
you just
do.
shot something, was it Myers?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell
I keep
us?
on getting, well, I
Tell us
finished
about
up I was on a series called Younger.
Yeah.
So I got here and then they decided to shoot the final season. So I literally was like, ciao, good luck unpacking those boxes.
Yep.
I'm
Great
still
timing, Debbie.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, we arrived in beginning of August. She left the second week of September
Yeah,
and came back in March.
yeah.
So I've done all the
Vaxxed.
unpacking, all the painting, all the
Yeah.
electric work, all the stuff. But it's good
What a
because
guy.
that's
What a guy.
the
No, but
stuff
you-
that
but-
stresses the lady off, like
No, but you-
dealing with the contractors or the
Yeah,
plumber,
yeah.
like
no.
she doesn't.
Well, I can't tell them what I need.
Right, exactly.
I-
So
I
she has
am
to
now,
tell me I
though.
have
I
to
figured
translate.
that
It
out.
was better if I did it on my own.
Well, yeah, but except we don't have closets. You don't have closets here. So it's like, you know.
Where'd you put
It's all about grandma's armadio. Yeah, it's a different
I'm
approach.
like, okay. So yeah, and I have to fit. I'm still figuring it out. Everything's like on a rack.
Yeah,
So,
it will
and the
take-
thing is,
it'll take some
storage
time.
is a really bad idea because storage, he was like, why are you storing all this stuff? You could have like bought new furniture over the past 20 years. And all this stuff came out of storage from LA, from New York, and it's all here.
But it's a
like-
real American thing, storage. Here doesn't exist. Like stuff gets passed down from grandma and then eventually gets given to the poor. But
I need to have like a flea market type of thing for all my stuff.
Well, there we go. We can organise that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
We could do a
yeah,
flea market
absolutely.
of Debbie stuff. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I need like a pop-up. Because I have like mid-century modern furniture and things that are just not going to work. Lighting fixtures, like, you know, they don't necessarily
we brought
fit.
all of it, all our American life. It's
and we're
the
like
farm.
hoarders.
We didn't have relatives around. There's always been a family of four. So we had, the best gay friend for Christmas and New Year. We had, the occasional traveler. The family sometimes came to visit, but for the most part, the strength of our love is the fact that we've been for 20 years, like literally joined by the hips. And the good thing is that we raised our kids. So now it is not that big of an imposition to say, Mom is leaving for 3 months. One girl is like, well, I'm coming with you, Mom. The other one's like, I'm okay, I got a party this week and it's fine. Like, you're just right. And I'm like, all right, it's been 20 years. Are you going? Ciao.
Yeah.
See ya.
We had
we'll
a
be back,
deal
and we're
that-
happy,
yeah.
when we're together. So
We had a deal in the beginning that we wouldn't be apart for more than 2 weeks with, with babies and stuff. And then that turned into, and that kind of
Lasted for a good 20
until
years,
my youngest daughter, I think she was 13 or 14, 13 I think at the time.
when you traveled to Madrid,
And I said,
there
do
was
you
the-
mind, creatively, I have an opportunity, would you mind if I took this moment to take a real juicy role where I'm away from you?
And it worked. It worked on the marriage. It worked also on my relationship with the kids because I am, I've been the point person for
Thank God
a while.
for him.
I love playing dad, so it's
He's
it's
better than
something,
me. Like he can cook.
being dead.
You're
being the father.
No, you're better than me though in terms he was in the military in Italy in the beginning, so like he's used to like getting up, everything's folded. He's like a soldier in the way he gets up, he makes the coffee, he serves me, still coffee in bed. 20 years, I have my first cup, we sit together, he tells me to be quiet because I like to talk. He sits in the chair.
The alarm goes off. I still have to get out of bed, and she starts talking. And I'm like, no. It's like, no. At least one cup of coffee, like a half mug. Like I'm not asking for much. On the night that we met, because I didn't know who she was, we ended up. I finished my cigarettes. We were in Piazza Santo Spirito at somebody's house, and I'm like, look, I need to go buy cigarettes. Want to come with me? We ended up getting a drink at I don't remember, one of those two bars, probably on the square. We never made it back to the dinner. We spent 3 hours talking and smoking, and then at the end, I was like, you're really cool, and I really think we should have kids together. My
I
point,
thought, like,
really
what a line.
from an evolutionary standpoint, strong woman, independent, New Yorker, tough, likes a lot of things that I like. She's hot. Perfect. Like, you know, I always knew that I wanted kids, and I'm like, you'd be the perfect mother. And eventually we exchanged like a rub, like some sort of like first kiss on my way out. And then the day after, finally, we went out on a proper walk. We kissed on the Ponte Vecchio, and a month and a half later, I was in LA. That was it. And within a
And we
year,
were pregnant, and we bought a house all under a year. And we've never...
I got married.
Yeah.
We met in May. We were married in March. So
Yeah.
less than a year.
And meant to be.
Yeah.
Still here.
Lucky,
Still
you know,
having
the hot
date
summer of
nights.
2001. You meet the
Still
American
together.
tourist in Florence. It's like, yeah, sure, you know, let's start placing bets. You know, 6-1, 10-1, and against all odds, we just feel like, you know, it's good. Really,
It was
really good,
funny
really
because
happy.
when we went to kiss goodnight that first night, you know, like, I think Italians kiss on the... I still don't
Right,
know.
left. Yeah.
It goes
Don't
from
make
one side
mistakes
to
with
the
other people,
other.
though, huh? Okay.
No, but like I went the wrong way. And then because I went the wrong way and he got confused too, we ended up brushing lips. And I felt like this electricity go through me, and I was like,
I love that story, man.
California, you can get strawberries in February, you know, and and everything's really big because they grow stuff there all year round. So for me here,
It's also the American experience of if you are able to have something on your table, meaning if you have to import it, if it has to fly, if it has to be on the truck for 3 weeks, who cares as long as I get it? Here is very different. We have a little bit more patience. We deal with it. I mean, the joy of when I was a kid, of the first bag of strawberries or the first bag of cherries in the brown paper bag that my mother would bring home, and they still wouldn't taste like, you know, that it would taste at the end of July. It was something to celebrate, to be a little bit more organized, but it also helps the humanity of having a rhythm. You don't need an open store 24/7. The big city might, but ultimately it's nice to run a house and to be in a city that closes down, a city that gets quiet at night. New York is, look, I love New York and I also hate New York. Too loud, too much, all the time, never stops. But it is New York, it's the character, you know, it is that
well,
crazy
now
energy.
I'm waking up in the middle of the night because I'm hearing wild boars
Oh,
that have
gosh,
managed to like figure out how to dig under the gate, under the
Yeah.
fence, and
The-
now like I'm like,
It's been a
I hear
terrible
it-
week.
It
yeah.
sounds like phantasmas.
Living in a city where you can truly cross the city by foot 2-3 times in one day, run your errands, and just feel home as you look around. And as she was saying, you know, wherever you look, whatever corner. I think that Fabio Picchi, the famous chef from Florence, once wrote that what he adores of Florence is the fact that it doesn't matter how much you love a certain corner of the city. At every hour of every day will always look different. The light is different, the smells are different, the people are different. And even if the city is small, because it is, you know, a small city, it offers this rainbow of experiences, sensorial stimulus that is that made, you know, since forever, since the birth of Florence what it is. And it's also great. Thank you guys for coming here today. It's nice to know that, you know, I can keep on practicing my English because, like, it's good.